Hello everyone, Michael Babcock here, also known as the Disney Dude. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel for more content, and hit that thumbs up if you like the video. Alright, we have a couple of news stories to go through, so let's get into them, okay? And also a couple of rants, because what's this show without, me ranting and raving, okay? So, story number one, I'm sure everyone's going to be talking about this. Tiana's Bayou Adventure and Guardians of the Galaxy are moving to a standby line on February 25th. Me personally, I love this. I love this. I hate those virtual queues. I think they are garbage. Speaking from me personally, I don't think they work. I think it's a terrible system. A lot of people are fickle about this. So when Disney comes out with the virtual queue, everyone, says, oh, I don't like the virtual queue, I wish it would go away, and blah, blah, blah. And then the virtual queue goes away, and then they're like, oh, no, I love the virtual queue, please bring that back. I don't understand, I don't get it, I don't understand why people love the virtual queues. I think that the virtual queue system is garbage. I think it's useless. And me personally, I do not like those virtual queues. Okay? It's a lot of people may say that, the virtual queue is good because it allows me to get into the queue, and then I can, spend the rest of my day enjoying it, and then when it's my time to get in line, I can go get in line. Okay, well, yeah, that works the same as a fast pass. Okay, works the same thing. It works the same way as a lightning lane. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's just another lightning lane option. Okay. So I don't understand why people are like, well, I don't like, I love the virtual queues. I think they're great and blah, blah, blah. They're not great. They're not great. All right. I think the virtual queue system Disney has is garbage. It's garbage. And I love the fact that there are no more virtual queues now, at least for the time being, at Walt Disney World. Okay, we're just going to have to wait, for a couple years until this new stuff opens, and then, then we'll see. But at least for right now, no more, or at least until February 25th, no more virtual queues at the Walt Disney World Resort, which I think is a great idea. A great idea. And I'm sure people are going to come in the comments and they're going to fight me, and they're going to be like, the standby lines are always so long, and I can never get a fast pass, and that's, the virtual queue is another way for me to get in line, and blah, blah, blah. Well, that's great. That's okay. But the virtual queue really functions as a lightning lane. Okay, even though that you're going into the standby line, it's basically a lightning lane. Okay, you're in a queue, and then your time comes up, and then it says, okay, you can now go experience this attraction. All right, that's what that is. Okay, so I hate to burst your bubble, but that's the virtual. I can understand virtual queues for when a ride first opens. Okay, Rise of the Resistance, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, Tron, Guardians of the Galaxy, Tiana. I can understand that. When the rides first open, I get that. Okay, you want to limit the amount of you want to, you want to limit the number of people, that experience experience these attractions, because you don't want people stampeding all at once to the attractions. Okay, I get that. Okay, couple months, I get it. Okay, fine, I get it. There is no reason for you to keep the virtual queue open for years. All right, for years. Tron had that. Guardians of the Galaxy sure as hell had that. Thank God Tiana didn't have that. And neither did Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway have that, which is a garbage ride anyway, so that will be. Rise of the Resistance, I can see why that ride is so popular, but, standby lines are, unless we're in peak times, the standby lines are okay. They're okay. They're not great. Okay? They're okay. Okay? But virtual queues, I don't think they should have those anymore. I don't think they should have those anymore. They're useless. It's just another way for them. It's just another way for Disney to say that, you didn't get the virtual queue today, so you can't experience this ride, so ha ha ha, joke's on you. Okay? So, I think that virtual queue system is outdated, it's garbage, they need to do something different. So I really hope that when these new lands and these new rides and experiences open in the coming years, I really hope that Disney kind of figures that out, because this virtual queue doesn't work. It does not work. Alright, so that's going to be rant number 1. Okay, there's going to be a couple other rants, but that was rant number 1. Alright, number 2. This is not a rant. Epcot Flower and Garden Festival starts on March 5th. I really love the Flower and Garden Festival. I love walking around, seeing the different topiaries and the different Disney statues everywhere. One of my favorite festivals. I really only have 3 Epcot festivals that I really enjoy going to. Flower and Garden is one. Festival, the International Festival of the Arts, and the Festival of the Holidays. Those are my three favorite Epcot festivals to go to. I really don't like Food and Wine, mostly because I'm only one person, so I don't eat or drink, all day at the parks. I don't do that. So, going around sampling foods and drinks is not my thing. It's not my thing. So I don't really enjoy Food and Wine. All right, but the others are my favorites. I would say that Festival of the Arts is first, because I love going around and seeing the different different artists, their different paintings and such. I love walking around looking at pictures that I can't afford. Okay, seeing these, $100, paintings that I can't afford, but I really love walking around and seeing those. So that's my number 1 favorite. My second favorite is Festival of the Holidays. I really love going around the different countries, seeing the different ways that people celebrate the holidays. Of course, the big Christmas trees, and of course the holiday overlay for Living with the Land. I love riding that at night and seeing all of the Christmas lights. And then this one, Flower and Garden. I love walking around, seeing all the different topiaries and flower statues for of Disney characters. So I really love those three festivals at Epcot. I don't know if I'll be there on March 5th. My schedule's not open that far yet. So I may go the first day, I may not, I don't know. Just depends on my work schedule. But definitely, I always go at least once. Once every festival I go. Because, at least for those. Those three. Because I really love going to those three festivals. Alright, the next story is the Voyage of the Little Mermaid sign has been removed. So, if any of you avid park people have been to Hollywood Studios, you know that the big sign out in front of what was Voyage of the Little Mermaid and what will be the Little Mermaid A Musical Adventure, that big sign out in front that had Ariel in the front and Flounder and Sebastian as three-dimensional characters, and then King Triton and Ursula on the other side. That sign has now been removed. I really hope that they get a new sign. That the last couple hurricanes have not been good to that Voyage of the Little Mermaid sign. The characters are fine. The backdrop, though, they've had to zip tie it and stuff. So it's the last couple hurricanes have not been very great to that sign. So I don't know if that sign's going to return, or if they're going to keep that sign. We don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. I hope that they keep the characters, though. I liked the Ariel, Sebastian, Flounder. I really like that. King Triton and Ursula, those were cardboard cutouts, so I don't know if you would bring those back or not. I don't know if that was connected, if they were connected to that scrim that was zip-tied. I don't know. But I hope that they bring back at least, I hope they bring back Ariel, Sebastian, and Flounder to the front of that, into the marquee, because that was a really good looking marquee. And then of course you may and also Voyage of the Little Mermaid, the actual letters are gone as well, so we don't know if they're going to replace those either. We don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. The show opens sometime in the summer, so we probably won't really know anything until March or April. So hopefully, I'm hoping that the show will open sometime in May. But I don't know. Only Disney knows that. I do not know that. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. But if I see anything change, I'll definitely post that and keep you in the loop. Okay. All right. The next story is Florida has approved the demolition of the Liberty Square riverboat and Tom Sawyer Island. All right, so now Disney has cleared the permits, and so now they can, whenever they choose to start, they can get rid of that area, and that's where they'll build the Cars-themed attractions. Okay, look, I know a lot of people out there love the Liberty Square riverboat. I really like the riverboat as well. Don't like it in the summer, but I liked the riverboat. Again, I can't really speak on Tom Sawyer Island. I haven't been there in decades, so I can't really speak on that. But I don't understand why people are getting so upset about this. I just don't. Okay, the riverboat and Tom Sawyer Island, is not going to speak to people. It's not speaking to people, okay? The riverboat doesn't mean anything, okay? It's not like at Disneyland where it means something, okay? Again, I'm going to tell you, Florida is in the minority. Walt Disney World is in the minority, okay? Walt Disney World has the least knowledgeable amount of people that visit these parks, okay? So they look at the riverboat and they look at Tom Sawyer Island and they're like, what is that? I have no idea what that is. What is Tom Sawyer Island? What is this riverboat? I have no idea. Not a clue. Okay? So you have to build things that people understand. Okay? And taking those out and putting in these Cars attractions, that's going to speak to people. I really think that's great. Now, is it themed to Frontierland? I don't know. Okay? People have been complaining because they're like, Cars doesn't fit Frontierland and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Okay? I don't know. Maybe it'll be themed. I don't know. I can sure as hell tell you that Monsters, Inc. doesn't fit the theme of Hollywood Studios, but no one seems to be upset that it's replacing Muppet Vision 3D. I don't know why. People aren't upset about that for some reason. Okay? Monsters, Inc. doesn't fit inside Hollywood Studios, but everyone's fine with that. Okay? So, I was talking to some people before Fantasmic the other night, and we got to talking about the Liberty Square riverboat, and I said, people aren't making their vacations around the Liberty Square riverboat, okay? So, people aren't going to miss it. People aren't going to miss it, okay? Now, us hardcore Disney fans, we're going to miss it, but the average guest is not going to miss it. Okay, the average guest isn't gonna care less. Okay, so I know I'm being a little bit harsh and a little mean, but we have to take that into consideration. The average guest isn't gonna care. Okay, so just that's the reality of the situation. Okay. And if that Cars themed area turns out to be garbage, then I'll say it. I will be the first to admit it, okay? And if it's not themed to Frontierland, I'll be the first to tell you, okay? But in the meantime, let them cook. Let them figure this out. And, hopefully this will be a great addition to the Magic Kingdom, okay? Alright, now, these next two stories are going to be rants. So, on and on, people have gone on and on and on about the cost of Disney. It keeps going up and up and up and up and up, and people get so upset, and they're like, I can't afford to go to Disney World anymore, and they price me out, and blah, 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 and, And that's why I go to Universal instead, and because I don't get nickel and dimed and blah, blah, blah. More on Universal in a second. I'll get back to that argument, okay? Now, speaking for Disney, look, I don't know the daily goings-on of these parks, okay? I don't know the business end of those parks, okay? Look, Walt Disney World is the reason why Florida has no state tax, okay? That's the reason why, okay? Now, we could, is Disney World expensive? Yes, it's very expensive, okay? Very, very, very expensive, okay? This is one of those tough topics because I have to kind of remove myself from this conversation and look at it from a normal guest perspective, because I don't have a normal guest perspective of spending, okay? Because I live here. I live in Florida, go to Walt Disney World all the time. I'm not spending thousands of dollars, for a week to stay there, Okay? So I have to remove myself and look at this from a normal guest perspective. Okay? And from a normal guest perspective, yes, it's very expensive. It is very, very expensive. Okay? For a Disney vacation. Okay? Especially here, it's in Disneyland. It's a more local audience. So people come all the time. Here at Walt Disney World, it's not. There's locals that go there, but the majority of people that visit Walt Disney World are tourists, okay? And they feel like they have to spend the money, they have to, see everything because they only come once and that's it. So, if this price increase is going to price you out, then maybe you shouldn't be coming here in the first place. Okay? Maybe you shouldn't be coming here in the first place. Okay? Now, I don't agree that, Disney World should be charging 2 arms and 2 legs for experiences and dining in hotels and such. So I get that side. I get the side of, it costs a lot of money. On the other hand, you have people to pay, you have bills to pay, you have, other things you have to do. I get it. But it doesn't need to be so damn expensive that you have to put your family in debt. Okay? So I truly think that Disney needs to dial back, the cost just a little bit, because you're not going to go broke. Okay? Disney is not going to go broke. Okay? And then that brings me to my other side of the argument when people are like, that's why I go to Universal, because it's cheaper and I don't get nickel and dimed and blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. You are getting nickel and dimed at Universal. Absolutely. Okay? You are absolutely getting nickel and dimed for the food and for their express pass and their hotels. Okay? You are absolutely getting nickel and dime. They were the first to nickel and dime you. Okay? But for some reason, people don't hold Universal at the same standard as Disney. I don't know why, but they don't. So it just kills me when people say, that that I go to Universal because it's cheaper and I don't get nickel and dimed and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you are. Yes, you are. Okay? Yes, you are. You are absolutely getting nickel and dimed with that express pass. You are absolutely getting nickel and dimed with the admission. You are absolutely getting nickel and dimed with the food. And you are absolutely getting nickel and dimed with those rides. Because most of those rides are garbage. Couple exceptions to that. Hagrid's, Velocicoaster, anything Harry Potter. I get it. Those rides are good. Okay? But a lot of those rides, Minions, Fast and Furious, King Kong, most of those rides are garbage. They are screen heavy pieces of garbage. Okay? And you get what you pay for. Okay? You absolutely get what you pay for. Okay? So I hate it when people say to me, or say in any conversation, that Universal is cheaper. It is not. It is not cheaper than Disney. They are on the same level. And in fact, you're probably going to be paying more for Universal than you are for Disney. Probably not much. Probably not much difference, but they're in the same boat. They are in the same exact boat. And I will never understand why people do not hold Universal at the same standards as Disney. Because they are the same. They are the same. And they should be judged the exact same way. All right? So I will never understand that. I will never understand why people hold, Universal and Disney at different levels, because They need to be judged the same. They need to be judged the same. Okay? Alright. My next rant is Epic Universe. People are still going on and on about this Epic Universe thing, how it's going to kill Disney, and blah, blah, blah. It is not. It is not. Okay? Their new lands include a unthemed roller coaster, and most of those rides are clones from other Universal parks. Okay? And they're going to be garbage. They're going to be garbage. Okay? Because they're clones from other Universal parks. All right? The Mario Kart ride, that's a clone. Okay? How to Train Your Dragon, that's a clone. Okay? That new Super Nintendo World as a whole, that's going to be a clone. They're going to be clones. They're going to be clones of these different rides, and and people say that Universal's going to be a game changer, and it's going to kill Disney and blah blah blah. No, it's not. Okay, and look, never mind getting into Epic Universe. If you want to factor that in to that conversation, you want to talk about being stiffed. Annual pass holders for Universal, they don't even get to go. They don't even get to go to Epic Universe when it opens. Okay? So, shame on them. Shame on them. If Disney ever did that and say, that if they were going to build another park, which they can't, but let's just pretend that they could build another park and say, oh, by the way, our annual pass holders can't even go to that theme park. We would roast them from here to eternity. Okay? They would be dismantled faster than that. Okay? They would be dead and buried quicker than anything. All right, but again, Universal is not getting held to that same standard. So, they'll get away with it. I don't know why, but they're not. Okay, but but annual pass holders are absolutely going to be cheated when Epic Universe opens. Okay, but so this Epic Universe thing, I'm not worried about it. Not worried about it. Is it going to hurt Disney for a while? Yeah, it's going to hurt Disney for a while. It's going to hurt SeaWorld for a while too. But people are going to come back. Okay? People are going to come back. Okay? So, folks, don't worry about Epic Universe. Okay? Don't worry about Epic Universe, because what I've seen, Epic Universe is going to be garbage. Okay? So, I'm not worried about Epic Universe. Alright. So, this next story is a rumor. So, the Villain Land that's going to be constructed behind Big Thunder Mountain at the Magic Kingdom, the rumor is construction could begin very, very soon. Okay? So, we know that shovels are really in the ground for this expansion. We just don't. They're really not ready to, commit to a date yet. But we're pretty sure that construction's going to begin really, really soon. Okay, so I would expect a date within at least the next couple months. And say, that, we're breaking ground. So I would, keep my eyes open. We're all going to keep our eyes open for this. But construction's going to start really, really soon for this land. So we'll keep you in the loop with that. But that's the rumor. That's the rumor, is construction could happen any day now. So we'll just keep our eyes and ears open. All right. And then our last story is Disney has filed permits for the Haunted Mansion. So the Haunted Mansion is, unfortunately, it's now called into question for this, you know, I don't want to call it woke because it's nonsense, but cultural sensitivity, I guess, would be another way to say it. Look, we know that the hanging corpse in the Haunted Mansion is very culturally sensitive, okay? A lot of people don't want to walk into an attraction and seeing someone, being hung, okay? So, this construction, this permit could be that they could be getting rid of that. I don't know. We have no idea. Okay? Look, I understand that to a certain amount of people, this would be upsetting. This would be upsetting. Okay? Especially if you know someone that's, died by hanging or something. I get that. Okay? On the other hand, I get the argument of, you can't change that. It's essential to the story and, everything else. So I see both sides of the spectrum. Okay? I get it. Is Disney going to change that? I don't know. We don't know. They could, but I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to be angry about this because, I don't know anybody that has died from hanging. A lot of people in the world, have. I'm not one of them. So for me, having the hanging corpse in the Haunted Mansion isn't going to bother me. But someone that has, lived through that experience of either finding somebody or that has experienced that, and then walking in and seeing that corpse hanging there, I get it. I really get it, okay? I get both sides. I really get both sides. So I can't really get upset. I can't really get mad. Will they get rid of it? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It's a strong possibility they could get rid of it. I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. So, this is, they just filed this permit. So we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's being worked on. Maybe we're overreacting. I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. So, but there you are. There's the top stories that I wanted to do for you. If you like this video, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to my channel for more content. I thank you guys very much for watching this video. You guys have a great rest of your evening. I hope you guys stay safe and healthy. We will see you real soon. And remember that tomorrow is just a dream away.